Okay, kind of perfect timing, this Inspire conference, huh? Right before Thanksgiving, and your whole family's going to be asking you what you're going to do for the rest of your life, right? Getting excited? Good. Okay, I am Emma Adriaens. I'm a R&D engineer at Boston Scientific in their sustaining department. So basically that means I take whatever products are commercialized and I keep them on the market. So a little bit of background about me to figure out how I got from where you guys are sitting 10 years later to where I am now. I'm a Minnesota native, like a lot of you. I graduated from Maple Grove Senior High, 2008, and I went on to Michigan Technological University in the Upper Peninsula, a lot snowier than it is here, hard to believe. Did that from 2008 to 2013, graduated with degrees in biomedical engineering and psychology. So why did I do 2 different degrees? One, I wanted to be a part of something that was way bigger than myself, help people out, save their lives, all that stuff, so that was biomedical engineering. Psychology, I just kind of had a knack for it, and a little gem I'll give you in a second kind of steered me into psychology. But my parents always told me to go where they find you funny. So engineers found me pretty funny. Psychology students did not find me as funny. So I also did 3 internships with Boston Scientific, 2010, 11, and 12, co-op with a small medical device company, ended up getting a job with Boston Scientific, ended up working for Boston Scientific, here I am. So it kind of sounds like everything went pretty smoothly. All this doesn't really tell you that I did all this with traumatic brain injuries. So I've had about 9 different concussions. I was a high school student, like I'm sure a lot of you are. I ended up having to be in and out of the hospital. I had to relearn to walk, to read. I was told by, so many different doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, neuroscientists, that I was never going to graduate high school. I was never going to go on to college, and I certainly was not going to be an engineer or a scientist of any kind. And so if you don't get anything else out of my talk here today, just know that whatever you want to set your mind to, you can totally achieve it. No matter who's saying no, who's saying you can't do it, it just means that they're saying that if they were in your shoes, they couldn't do it. So really, all you have to know is that if you accept where you are today and the responsibility to take you where you want to go, you can totally achieve it. So I'll try to inspire you to become a biomedical engineer. So right now at Boston Scientific, I work on Microspheres. So our colorful solution to cancer therapy, I'll pass these around. These are our microspheres. They're embolic materials. So basically, you can either have a pathological embolism, which can happen in surgery, blocks up blood flow, not really what you want, or you can use it as therapy, which is what these are for. So really, we just use these for liver cancer, uterine fibroids. If you don't know what a uterine fibroid is, it's a non-cancerous tumor that's made up of muscular tissue. It can distort the uterus. It's very painful. So I'll pass these around. They're suspended in contrast, which is why they're floating, but you can see how small they are.
Are they filled with medicine?
Nope, no, it's just contrast, so that if you inject it into the body, you can see where it's going. So these are hydrogels. So you can see they're very small balls, and they're just made of a flexible, compressible, hydrophilic material and a cross-linked methacrylate polymer. Basically, all that means is it's really squishy. It's not going to change shape on you, though, once it gets out of the vessel that it needs to get out of, and it's going to hold the shape and the volume. So what I do, so basically what these do is they flood the vascular bed of the tumor, and they'll choke it off, starve it, so you can't get any nutrients to the tumor. It'll either shrink the tumor or kill it entirely. This can either give patients a better standard of living, a little bit more life, or save their life entirely. And so what do I do with all of this? So those little balls, there's about 200 different chemicals that make those up. So anytime we have a vendor that decides they don't want to sell us that chemical anymore, or we need to change the material, we need to change our processing, we have questions with regulatory bodies, I'm the person they come to. I'm the person that makes it all seem okay, either with the data, changing the design, helping change the process, answering regulatory questions. Basically, anything that the product needs, I'm there to make sure that it's safe for the patient and it performs as well as it can perform perfectly. So that was, oh, I have a couple more things. Oh, what gets me excited about work every day? Basically, just being able to come in and every day I get to help somebody either save their life or make their life a little bit better without actually having to deal with people, because I'm an engineer at heart and I'd prefer not to talk to people about that. So, any questions as I sprinted through that?
We have questions. Yeah.
Having people skills, is that something that you thought that you were going to need in order to be an engineer?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to have people skills. Yeah, I mean, you kind of know that no matter what, you're always going to be on a team, right? So you do have to have some people skills. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to write. But you can definitely learn all of that through school. But you can also learn that with extracurricular activities. So I also joined a sorority. They literally gave us lessons on how to do small talk. It's brilliant. So if you're an engineer and you need that, I recommend it. Any other questions?
If you don't mind me asking, what was your traumatic event that you had to have surgery on?
Oh, so I was a gymnast and a soccer player growing up, and I kind of got like one concussion after another. Either getting hit in the face with a soccer ball, getting kicked by somebody, if I fell down in between their foot and the soccer ball. As a gymnast, I was doing a release move on the high bar and peeled smooth off the bar and caught my fall with my head. So that was fun. But Bethesda, great hospital for brain trauma. Yes?
Can those like little squishy things in those tubes, could they cause any negative side effects like drugs and drugs?
Yeah, so if they do get away from where you're trying to go, they will embolize. They'll do whatever they're supposed to do. So there's a lot of technique around placing them perfectly. And I was actually just here at the University of Minnesota watching a few cases, and it probably took about 2 hours to figure out where they wanted to do the placement. And then once you inject it, it's literally like 30 seconds. But they're incredibly careful about where they're putting those microspheres because they will do what they're supposed to do. So yeah. I think somebody else had a question? No? Everyone's super excited to be a biomedical engineer now? Yeah.
How was it switching from engineering to biomedical engineering?
So I didn't switch from food engineering, but Terry did. Did you want to ask Terry about that? Terry, how was it switching from food engineering to biomedical engineering?
A lot of the prerequisites you need are actually the same, right? You take some life science classes, most of your core is statics, dynamics, physics. So many of the engineering, it's fairly easy to switch in between engineering fields, is what I would say.
I'll second that.
All right, well, thanks, Tom.
Thank you.